my interpretation of it is that we need to do a better job as users of statistics. We need to do also better use in terms of coordinating demands for data. We need to also do a better job in investing in statistics. But I'm also aware of the fact that, my book very much, highlights the bad quality of statistics. And it's a slippery slope in the sense that how can you argue the data is really bad, therefore we need to get better data? You could also very easily conclude we need to look elsewhere.
But we still use them. Why is that?
Well, I think partly that is if you enter a room and you're supposed to do a negotiation, and then someone would say, how big is the problem? If the person who can say 3 or 7 is the guy who wins the negotiation, the guy who says, I don't know, or it's really complicated, he will be ignored. So sometimes our need to know is too strong and it trumps our demand for evidence, our demand for answers, sometimes trumps the ability to give answers.
There are really consequences of these bad statistics, right?
Well, yes. I mean, one of the things that happened in Ghana was that when they rebased the way they calculate national income, GDP, in 2010, they changed the base year or the benchmark year from 1993 to 2006, and they found out in the meantime they've been using outdated methods and data. They have lost track of half of the Ghanaian economy. So it turned out when they changed the benchmark year that Ghana was double as rich as it was the day before. It meant that it was no longer eligible for concessional lending from the World Bank, for instance.
I mean, the official numbers from, for instance, IMF, World Bank, for instance, are also collected from the national databases, so it's actually the same numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the kind of strangest things I encountered and keep encountering for the past years is that some scholars, even well-informed scholars, would be very hesitant to use a number from the Sudanese Statistical Office, but is very happy to use that same number, the very same number, as long as it's disseminated or retailed or sold by the World Bank instead. So sometimes it's like labeling that matters, and that it's about credibility.
Why is this so sensitive to them?
Well, picture if you're having their job. Their job is to do two things. It's about informing their citizens about their economy, about social status and so forth like that. But it's also about maintaining the credibility of those numbers. Everyone knows that if someone says, GDP of South Africa is so much and so much, that number is incorrect. It is, you can adjust it 5% down, 5% up, or maybe include a different kind of definition and then, or say I don't accept GDP as a measure at all. So if they are, their job is to provide this product. And part of that is it's not only about facts, it's about social power. And that's about credibility. So if I'm questioning their numbers, I'm questioning their livelihood, and rightly so. They should step up. But I hope that this can be seen. I perceive it as attempts to control debate, attempts to stifle debate, and I think that transparency and debate about this kind of problems is exactly what is needed.